Can a narcissistic individual change? In theory, yes. In reality, no. And here are 7 reasons why a narcissistic individual probably won't change. Narcissists often change temporarily to get their needs met. And once their needs have been met, they resort back to that person you were trying to escape from. Can a narcissist change is a question that many people ask, especially with the narcissist false apologies, the false promises, the I'll do better, I'll go to counselling, I'll not do it again. However, the hard truth is most narcissistic individuals will not change, usually due to the fact that they don't see themselves as the problem. They don't see themselves as the issue. Why should they change when you're the issue? You're the one who needs to change. Narcissists go around blaming and shaming everybody else to protect their fragile ego. If something goes wrong, it's never their fault. They're always looking for somebody else to blame. When they can't admit that they are part of the problem, they're not going to change. They don't see any reason to. There can also be the lack of genuine self-awareness. Change starts with that self-reflection. But narcissistic individuals avoid that at all costs. Looking inwards means facing shame, flaws, damage, things that are far too threatening for their fragile ego. So instead of having that self-awareness, they project. They blame somebody else. They claim that somebody deserved it. They play the martyr. They play the victim. They do not take responsibility. Instead, they use apologies as tactics. You can hear I'm sorry, but it's usually followed by a but, an if for you. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry, but if you'd have paid me more attention. The narcissist's apologies are far from sincere. They are just tools to reset the cycle and go again. Narcissists benefit in some way from staying the same. Why would they change when their behaviour gets them what they want? They just change the people they are around. Once you cotton on to who they are or what they're doing and no longer give it to them, they cut you off, they run, they discard, and they move straight in with a new source of supply that's going to feed them the attention, and they rewrite it in their own head how they're not the issue. You are. If you'd have behaved better, they wouldn't have had to leave. They wouldn't have needed to leave you. Narcissists want that attention. They want the power. They want the control. They want the sympathy. And the games they play gets them this. The guilt tripping gets them their needs met. So they see no incentive to stop. True change requires effort. Something a narcissist doesn't really want to do. We can often think that love bombing is effort, but it's not. It's just a routine. They nip to the shop and buy you something. They book you a nice meal. They take you on a nice trip. They say a lot of flattering words. It's just a pattern to them. There's no effort. There's no genuine thought. And any genuine thought there is usually, oh, if I buy them that, they're going to be so grateful towards me. Therapy, accountability, long-term change takes effort. It takes work. Real change is hard. Most narcissists can't or won't do the heavy emotional lifting. They don't want to look inwards too deeply. They'd rather project outwards and blame everybody else if it wasn't for them. Narcissists fear. They dread losing control over others. Changing means giving up their manipulation, their lies, their dominance. And for narcissistic individuals, the control is everything. Without it, they feel weak, they feel powerless, they feel exposed, so they can't give up these things. And they often come from a place of thinking, well, everybody else is doing it, or they simply lack awareness that there's anything wrong with it, unless it's done to them, and then all of a sudden you're the issue and not them. Narcissistic individuals confuse change with image repair. They change temporarily just to repair the image, just so that they can sell people an illusion of what they want people to think. they can act differently in order to win you over, in order to win someone back. They can go all out to praise others so that they can come home and say, well, so-and-so thinks I'm amazing. It's only you with the issue. They're looking to fix their reputation, and they will impress strangers to make it appear as though they're genuine, especially when their family speak out. It's not real change when it comes to a narcissistic individual. It's all a performance. So can a narcissist change? In theory, yes. In reality, no. They will not change. Very few do, because real change takes honesty, humility, and hard work. Most of these things narcissists simply aren't ready to do. It's knowing the difference between a promise backed up with genuine behaviour and a pattern of toxic behaviour. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviours to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is in the video description. I do also have several one-to-one slots available. If you're looking for further reading on narcissistic and emotional abuse, I have several books out on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, such as narcissistic individuals. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, which is all about the 9 criteria, the games, the tactics they use, and how narcissistic abuse negatively impacts your life, things such as trauma bonding and PTSD, and how to handle them, such as grey rock and no contact. There's Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for empowerment and recovery. This is a guided journal, so it's mainly writing. Then there is 15 rules to do with narcissistic people, how to stay sane and break the chain, such as the rule less is more, and the novel Behind the Mask, The Rise of the Narcissist. If anyone is interested in any of those, they are all available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.